Hello and welcome to the Breakfast Show. In 2020, breast cancer became the most commonly diagnosed cancer type in the world. Now, this is according to WHO, now accounting to about 13% of all cancer diagnoses. Now, the month of October annually has been set aside as Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Now, today on the show, we have a breast cancer survivor who is here to share a story with us. My name is Favor Ovianloba. I also have my co-host in the studio. I'll introduce them after the break. Welcome back. Today on the show, we're looking at breast cancer awareness, a survivor's story. I have my co-host in the studio, Faith Imai, and a guest. Now, our guest is a breast cancer survivor. She is an entrepreneur, and she's also the founder of Cancer and You Foundation. Please join us. Welcome, Okolo Awulinka Sophia. I hope I got that correctly.
Right.
Thank you very much for coming. And good morning, Faith.
Good morning, Favor.
I must say you're looking so beautiful.
Dressed to rep pink for breast cancer
Thank
awareness.
you for coming. Okay, so let's dive right into the conversation. It's going to be a very emotional one, and we want to say thank you for coming to share your story with us. I want to know, when did you find out that you had breast cancer? When were you diagnosed?
I was actually diagnosed year 2019. I had some pains and I went for a checkup. Then the diagnosis came out. I had a lump in my breast actually.
Okay.
So the lump and the removal of the lump, the biopsy came out cancerous. And that was when it dawned on me, I'm now a cancer patient.
Wow.
So when you found out, how did you take this? How did you feel?
How did it make you feel emotionally, mentally, physically?
The diagnosis actually flung me into a despair for some months.
Wow.
I was completely shut out. Mentally, emotionally, I was shut out.
How was family there for you? Did you have family there for you, or were they in doubt? Because in some cases, some people may think it's a spiritual matter, and they'll say, let's take it to the Lord in prayer. Was that how family reacted, family and friends?
I think you just sounded like my doctor.
Wow.
Because when the diagnosis actually came out cancerous, it took me some months before I actually went for my treatment. And I think that my doctor actually told me, hey, Sophie, were you thinking it's an arrow from your enemies or from the village? And truth be told, I'm very spiritual. I actually took it to prayer. I actually took it to God in prayers, and then it dawned on me, I need to go for my treatment.
Yeah.
I need to leave. Okay,
now speaking of treatments, what kind of treatments were you giving? Were you, told a certain type of food that you need to avoid, drinks, and a lifestyle that you had to start, keeping to?
Cancer is demanding. So I actually had 6 cycles of chemotherapy.
Wow, 6.
Yeah, thereafter I had a mastectomy done, then a radiotherapy.
Wow.
And cancer being demanding, your lifestyle changed totally. The things you like, you no longer take sodas, some fruits, you need to avoid some fruits, and food in generally. You have to start checking what to eat and what not to eat.
So this really affected your lifestyle?
It totally changed my lifestyle.
Well, of course, you had to adjust because, like you said earlier, you had to leave.
Yeah, I have to leave.
So let's talk about cost of treatment. You mentioned 6 different chemotherapy. That must have been really pricey. How did you go about treatment financially?
Financially, I am not buoyant. I'm not buoyant. I actually solicited from help from the general public. My picture went viral.
I remember a GoFundMe account was created.
Yes, actually.
How did that help? How did that help?
The GoFundMe account didn't really push through because I was receiving calls on how to go through the GoFundMe account, and it was really disturbing me at that moment. So all I just did was put my picture out there, put a video out there showing me affected with breast cancer, needing the help of the general public. Then a particular foundation, General Lapodia Foundation, took it upon themselves to paste my pictures on their platform and solicit for help for me as well.
So how did you finally make that decision of putting your condition out there? Because several people may have conditions like this or conditions similar to this, and when it gets to a point where they need to source for funds from the public, they say, hey, look, I cannot, you know, beg for money from strangers, from people I do not know. So I'm sure at some point you'll ask Sophie so fly, putting a picture out there. But at what point did you decide that, hey, this is a matter of life and death, I have to source for funds from the public?
I am someone that loves life. I love life. Despite the ups and downs in life, I always treasure every minute, every second of my existence. So I came to a point, like I said, I came to a point to tell myself, cancer can't kill me. So if my survival rests in the hands of the general public, I have to seek for help from them. It's not about you being so unproud of yourself. It's bringing yourself down because cancer found you and you need the help from people who owns the help, who owns the money you're looking for. So it has nothing to do with me because I'm not me anymore without the general public. So that's
Okay,
just
now
it.
still speaking about the treatment, talk about chemotherapy. Can you just walk us through, you know, the process a bit, how it's been done?
The process with chemotherapy, it's I will start with the pain. I'll start with the pain because even before I began my treatment, like I said, my picture went viral. I started receiving calls from unknown people who wanted me not to go with the treatment.
Wow.
Chemo is deadly. That's the truth because chemo gets to kill the cells in you for you to live. So how can something that is killing the cells that keeps you alive make you live? So my will to live was stronger than the chemo itself. So that was just it. Because even the dictionary, I would say, can't even define the pain that comes with chemo. It was a different pain entirely. It was.
Very interesting. Now let's talk about, you know, your relationship, you know, the stigma that, you know, comes with being a breast cancer, you know,
Patient
survivor.
and
Now your
survivor.
relationship in terms of how you relate with people and even, you know, with the opposite sex, how has it been? Has anything changed? Do people see you differently? Do they want to come to you or has anything changed?
My life changed entirely because starting with my personality, I became an introvert. Chemo made me, rather breast cancer made me an introvert. And that is totally not me. Then you getting interest from an opposite sex, they start telling the person of your medical record, which was nothing, which was not something I saw myself doing. And you start seeing who is interested in you withdrawing back or start showing you sympathy. And sympathy isn't something a breast cancer patient needs. There's a difference between sympathy and empathy. I don't need sympathy. We don't need sympathy.
Wow. So how have you been able to cope, you know, being a patient and being a survivor? Because this journey, you just, you know, made it through. A lot of people have worked through this part and I'm not sure they were strong enough. And look at you, seated right here, looking all glammed up. So what's the story now? Is it different from when you were a patient or you just, you know, it's just like a spillover? Has anything changed since you beat it?
Well, it's a new me, and I'm enjoying the new me. Cancer gave me a new identity, a new personality, and I'm enjoying it. Being an introvert, at the same time, I'm trying to shake it off and get my past personality back. At the same time, I'm just enjoying the new me because it made me realize I'm stronger than I thought I was.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. So let's extend this new you to other people around you. I'm not sure you ever thought that you were ever going to have breast cancer, get diagnosed or get treated. Now that it happened to you and you've had this first-hand experience, what is the message you are preaching right now to people out there concerning breast cancer awareness and how to handle or treat people who have been diagnosed?
For the breast cancer awareness, a regular screening is important. We need to examine our breast. We need to check on our health. Our health is also very, very important. For those who have been diagnosed with breast cancer, it's not the end of the world for me. It's not the end of the world for you. It's just for you to know your will to live should be greater than the diagnosis. A 2% chance of survival is far better than the 0% chance of survival.
Wow, 2%.
And never put yourself in that part where you start questioning fate. Why you? Because if it isn't you, who would you want it to be? I would not even want my siblings nor my loved ones to go through what I went through with breast cancer. So don't question it. It chose you. Accept it and beat it. That's just what I have to say.
And now you own a foundation, Cancer and You, and this is October Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and in showing solidarity, we are wearing our pink ribbon to show that we support breast cancer awareness. You know, we need to raise more awareness, people to be aware that it is real. Now, what does a foundation do? Tell us about your foundation. What have you done so far?
I created it a few months ago. I was just trying to think back how far it has been and where I am right now. And it dawned on me that I need to make something out of it, out of the situation life gave me. Awareness is poor. That's the truth. Awareness is poor. Because if I wasn't diagnosed of breast cancer, truth be told, I would not have knew breast cancer exists or breast cancer is real. We go to the hospital regularly for different reasons. And the section which attends to patients with breast cancer is different. So I happen to find myself there. That's when I knew and I saw the population. Even my mom saw it. My mom was like, wow. So lots of people suffer from it. I was like, yes. And my foundation is just there to create awareness. We're just starting. Create awareness, being there socially, mentally, physically, and hopefully, when we get to create some finance, we get to assist, because people did assist me for my treatment.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that's true. So have you had people who have been diagnosed reach out to you through the foundation, or not through the foundation? People reach out to you to say, hey, Sophia, we saw you beat this, walk us through, give us hope and stuff like that.
I have, let's say, a couple of 5. But not through my foundation, actually. Like I said earlier, my picture went viral and my number was attached to it.
Okay.
And it happens, people were also going through it. So I got in touch with them. I got to put them through. Even when I was receiving my chemotherapy, I was on phone, encouraging one, telling her to push through. Team did. Even going for my regular checkup. My doctor always tell me, hey, he loves to call me with my native name, Anuli. I was like, Anuli, I have a patient here. She's fighting it like she doesn't want to go to just come talk to her. I'll go there, I'll talk to her. The recent one I met, she has 3 children and a husband, a lovely family. She's feeling like her word is coming to an end. And I told her, your word is not coming to an end because you have everyone there with you. You're married, you have kids. Unlike me, who is single and who is a breast cancer patient right now, I have to start my life again and start telling a male gender who is interested in me that, hey, this is me. I have one breast. Will you accept me? Unlike you, they have a lovely family. So I reach out to people, and people reach out to me, and people send my contact to their loved ones or someone they know that is going through it for me to encourage them and talk to them.
Wow. Okay, so you also mentioned that breast cancer awareness is not enough. What do you think can be done to create more awareness for breast cancer?
I will start with our school system, because I recall back then when I was still in the secondary school, when they were teaching us more about puberty, and a sanitary part came to the school to tell us more about ourselves and enlighten us. So we start with our school. Breast cancer, first of all, is not just for the female, it's for the male as well. So you start with the school system, you enlighten our younger ones more about breast cancer. I recalled there was a 14-year-old girl who was diagnosed with breast cancer. And the mom was more like, she's innocent. Breast cancer doesn't care if you're innocent or not. So thinking maybe she's innocent, she doesn't know anything, so why would she be a breast cancer? Why would she be diagnosed with breast cancer? So if all this starts with our school system. They reach out to them, let them know how to examine their body, their breast, and all of that. They get to know when they are feeling pain. They get to know when they feel lump that is not supposed to be there. Then we talk about plancar. We talk about billboard. We talk about flyers. We talk about free medical system created. We're in the breast cancer month, pink ribbon month, and I can say Edo State in general, I haven't seen any awareness. I haven't seen anyone or group of people in the streets creating awareness. You know, when you get to see people wearing pink, they're still going to be curious, like what's going on, what's all this about? Then you get to enlighten them. I haven't seen it. Then if it's for some group of people to cover geographical areas, just like they do during the immunization for the children, you go door to door, you meet them, you tell them about breast cancer. They should know breast cancer is worse than HIV we are all scared of. They should know all this. It's just for you telling your child, stay clear from this, stay clear from a man, it gives you HIV. You should get breast cancer even without meeting a man. Breast cancer is not contagious, but it gets to meet you. To let people know all this. And with all this, I believe the awareness will be good enough, and letting people know what to eat and what not to eat. It's also important.
Wow. Wow.
All right, can we just get any last word from you, you know, to people that are watching now, you know, just to encourage someone that has just been diagnosed, you know, of breast cancer? Any last word for them, just, you know, words of encouragement?
For someone who has been diagnosed with breast cancer, your strength, your will to live and enjoy life again should be far greater than the diagnosis. And I think that was me. My will to live was far greater than the diagnosis. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And even if the doctor says it's going to kill you, I don't really believe in what the doctors say, funny enough.
Wow.
I don't do that. My faith is just too strong for me to believe what the doctors say when I have God who has the final say concerning my life. So that's just it.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much
Thank
for coming on the show today to share your story with us. Quite an emotional one. But yeah, I would say I drew a lot of strength because you are the one who has this experience firsthand, and look at you giving a lot of people hope, especially those who are in the same condition that you have been in. So this is you giving them hope, because not some people would say, hey, it's not an easy road, it's a 50-50 chance. It's not for the weak, it's for the strong. But look at you giving people hope out there. Thank you so much, Sophia. Thank you very much for starting the Cancer and You Foundation, and I'm here to watch that foundation grow. It's to get to a level where you actually, you know, start supporting people financially. Because I would just say, judging from everything you've said today, you have been a great person, but you've become a greater person because of your experience. And a lot of us go through some experiences to make us better. Now look at you understanding everything concerning breast cancer, creating awareness, and helping people morally with the support they so desire. Thank you so much, Sophia.
Thank you very much.
And let's not forget, she's also an entrepreneur. Yes, she owns Soso Organic Skincare and Soso Fashion World, as you can see, dressed to kill, and the skin is on fleek.
Go away.
So you can check out her business pages on Instagram at Soso Fashion World and Soso Organic Skincare, if I'm correct.
Thank you very much.
I'm one of the clients, so I can say that for free. Thank you once again for coming on the show. It's as much as we can take on the show. It's been quite interesting having Sophie Awilika join us on the show today, a cancer survivor, and we listen to her story. Do not forget to follow us on all social media platforms at TSL Nigeria TV. Subscribe right away to our YouTube channel at TSL Nigeria Space TV. We will be back on Wednesday for Hot Stuff Wednesday. Until then, have an amazing rest of the day. My name is Baby Mai. Toodles.
Stay connected to TSL Nigeria and get updates on the go all day, every day. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on TSL Nigeria Space TV and join our online family.